Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I want to make a video because a little while ago I made a video about creating a entity to be able to basically a business that you could hold crypto assets and use that in order to facilitate your future prosperity. And what we're seeing now with the admission from different organizations of what is known, Nick Carter coined the term Operation Crypto Choke Point 2.0, that what's really happening is that all the banks are being stifled and being told that they can't do business with crypto-friendly companies, that they are not allowed to even open bank accounts at certain banks if you're dealing with any sort of digital asset. And they're really closing off the ability for the average person to get into this type of industry. And one of the things that I was talking about was it would be a good idea to start one of those so that you can have a structure of framework that would allow for you to be successful. And now that's looking more and more unlikely, especially when we see things like Custodia Bank, who was going to be a fully insured, fully 100% reserve backed by like 108% type of bank, them getting shut down and a bunch of funny business happening with that in order to keep them down. And even more strange stuff where they were tipped off ahead of time that it was going to be denied, told not even to apply, like all these different things that would only happen if you're having a coordinated attack against you. And so before that took place, it was a exquisite and great idea to do something like that, but now we see that that is actually not going to be the best option going forward. Could even potentially harm going down that path. So one of the other things is with all of the Wells notices and different cases being brought against people in the crypto industry by the SEC, that not only is not forming an entity probably the best option, but also I had recently talked about not investing in only EOS and Bitcoin and starting to branch out in some of the other cryptocurrencies that had you invested in essentially any other time up until now would have made you so much money that, you know, EOS and Bitcoin could never compete with that kind of gains. And now it looks like that is also off the table because the regulatory crackdown is basically here. It's coming. All these different companies that have figureheads will be subpoenaed and told the regulations. So I know I had said trying to invest a tiny amount into some of these other cryptos, but now we see all this regulatory attacks on people and all these Wells notice being served. The Coinbase CEO, the Binance CEO, all these different people. There's like a group of celebrities, including Jake Paul, that are being subpoenaed and sued because of their FTX involvement. All that's playing a big role in here, so I think that now that's off the table. EOS and Bitcoin only, and that's one of the things that I talked about up until this year, and then was going to try to get a little bit of extra alpha, a little bit of extra profit, since EOS and Bitcoin hasn't really provided what I need, and now that's not going to be a good option. So full transparency, back to only EOS and Bitcoin. You got a couple little things that are on the EOS now it's the Antelope protocol, like Wax and a couple other little tiny things. But other than that, sold all the Ethereum, sold all the 5 coins to 5 million, sold all the, I'll have to do a portfolio update, but basically it's only EOS and Bitcoin at this point, and a couple of EOS alts. So I just want to put that out there, and just keep doing what we're doing, hodling, trying to make it through. Stoffel Baker out.